know we could just chat all day, right? We could just take the hour and chat away. Show our lanterns and our t-shirts. It would be amazing. Okay, so we'll start in a seat. You can sit on your butt. You can sit on a pillow or a blanket if you want to. You can sit on your knees. Whatever is most comfortable for you. And then once you make your way to your seat, just take notice of what is making contact with the floor. So if you are sitting on your butt, make sure both sit bones make equal contact with the floor. If you're sitting on your knees, those sit bones are going to make equal contact with your feet. If you'd like to sit up against something, a chair, the wall, for a little bit more support, you can feel free to do that. And if it's most comfortable for you to sit with your legs out front, you are welcome to do that too. Just find something that's sustainable. We're going to check in a little bit for a few moments to get started here. So as we have found our seat, just take notice. Notice how that body feels. Bringing awareness to the feet, shins, and knees. Tracing awareness up your thighs to your hips. Continuing that awareness up through your belly and low back, up through your chest and your upper back. And as our awareness arrives at our shoulders, take a moment to just settle those shoulders down. You can roll the shoulders forward and backward if you'd like to. And then once they feel settled, the shoulder blades will nestle onto the back. This will then help us create that dignified posture, crown of the head reaching up towards the ceiling. Eyes open or closed, up to you. And with these few moments of settling, allow yourself to come into your breath. Each inhale, allow the front, back, and sides of the rib cage to expand. And each exhale, allow for a release and a let go. Full breaths in to expand. And full breaths out to let it all go. We'll do several more just like that. Big expansive inhales. Releasing exhales. We'll take 5 more breaths here together. Two more big breaths. One more time, full inhale. Full exhale. If your eyes are closed, you can gently begin to blink open your eyes. And then on your next inhale, we'll draw those arms all the way overhead, pressing the palms together. Take a moment to gaze up at your thumbs. Allow those shoulder blades to nestle onto the back again. Dignified spine with settled shoulder blades. Take another inhale. Exhale to draw hands to heart center. Twice more. Inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, hands draw to heart center. One more time. Inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale to draw hands to heart center. Right hand to right hip. We'll inhale the left arm up overhead. And as we exhale, we'll side bend it gently to the right here. You can gaze up underneath that left armpit. Full breath in here. Full breath out. We'll inhale that left hand to the left hip. And then stay right here for the exhale. And then we'll inhale the right arm all the way up. Exhale, side bend to the left. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale that right hand to the right hip. Stay here for your exhale. One more time, both palms pressing overhead, gaze up, inhale it. And then draw hands to heart center on your exhale. Coming over into a tabletop position here. We'll do a few rounds of cat-cow. I'll turn this way for you. Shoulder stacks over wrist. Spread your fingers nice and wide here. You can tuck your toes under like mine are or untuck them. Inhale to drop your belly, lift your gaze, lift your tailbone. Exhale to push the mat away. Inhale, the belly drops, the gaze lifts. Exhale to push the mat away. One more time, inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. And then exhale to push the mat away. Coming back to our neutral tabletop here. We're going to extend the right leg straight behind us. Use that glute to keep it lifted. Flex that right foot. Stay right here. I'm going to turn because we're going to move a little bit here. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, take your right leg out to the right. Place that right foot on the mat. And then we'll carefully walk that torso all the way up to gate pose. So our shoulders are stacked over this left knee. Right leg is straight. You can have a flat foot or come to the inner blade, whichever feels better. Hips are square, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, right side bend over that long leg. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale to bring ourselves back up to center, gaze up. And then as we exhale, we'll make our way back down to our modified tabletop here. Extend right leg behind us, inhale. And then that right knee comes down, tabletop, exhale. Inhale, our left leg straight behind us. And then as we exhale, take that left leg out to the left, bring that left foot down onto the mat. Walk that torso all the way up here. Long left leg, torso's over the right knee. And then we'll inhale those arms, palms press overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. And then we'll inhale, reach up. Exhale over that long left leg. Big breath in. Full breath out. Inhaling back to center here, gaze up. And then as we exhale, bring those hands back down to our modified tabletop. Inhale that leg behind us. And then exhale to our tabletop position here. One more round of cat-cow, everybody. Inhale to drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. Exhale to push the mat away. And then bring ourselves back to a neutral spine here in this tabletop. Set your knees about 5 inches behind your hips. Restep your shoulders over your wrists. Take a big breath in. And exhale, hips to sky, downward facing dog. You can pedal out those feet as much as you'd like to here. Wiggle those hips as much as you want. We'll take 3 big breaths here. One more breath. Let's find some stillness. Inhale. And exhale. We'll inhale those hips a little bit higher. Walk your feet towards your hands, finding a forward fold at the top of the mat once you arrive. You might have to put a little bend in your knees here to start. That's okay. We'll bring our hands to our shins. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Twice more, hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. One more time, hands to shins. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Root down firmly through both feet to bring those torsos all the way up to standing. Palms pressed together, overhead gaze up once you arrive. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Feet are going to be hip distance apart here. We'll bring the right hand to the right hip. Inhale the left arm up overhead. Exhale, side bend to the right. So you can use this right hand on your hip if you'd like to. Gain a little bit of traction to really start to open up that left side body. Pressing left hip away. Stay rooted through both feet here. And then we're gonna inhale our torso back up, left hand to left hip. Exhale, stay right here. Inhale the right arm up overhead. And then we'll exhale, taking our left side bend here. Again, you can push your right hip away, rooting down through both feet. Take a big inhale and an exhale. Inhale, bring ourselves back to center, both hands on hips. Stay right here for your exhale. And then we'll inhale, both arms up overhead, gaze up at those thumbs. Exhaling to fold forward over those thighs. Little bend in those knees if you want to, my friends. Hands come to shins. Inhale, come on up halfway. And then as we exhale, plant those hands firmly. Take it back to downward facing dog. Full breath in here. And a big breath out. 2 more breaths. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Let's inhale that right leg towards the ceiling. We're gonna bend that right knee and open that hip. Stay right here. Right hip stacks on top of left. The pelvis is open to the right side of the mat. Shoulders are squared as much as we can find them. Inhale. And exhale. And then we're gonna inhale to square off those hips, extend that leg behind you. Exhale to step that foot forward, drop that back knee down, finding our first low leg lunge on this side here. Beautiful. So make sure your right knee stacks on top of your right ankle. Your left knee is behind your left hip. Good little hip opener here to get started. Shoulder blades are on the back. Whenever we're in any kind of lunge, you can have your hands apart or you can press your palms together. That's up to you. Full breath in. Big breath out. Take 1 more inhale, my friends. Exhale to frame your front foot. Lift your back knee. Take it back to downward facing dog. Exhale. Big breath in here. Full breath out. Let's inhale our left leg towards the ceiling. Bend that knee and open up the hip to the left. Left butt cheek stacks on top of right. Try to square your shoulders as much as you can. Find a big inhale. And a big exhale. And then we'll inhale to square off the hips, extend that leg behind you. Exhaling to step it forward, dropping your back knee down, coming into our low leg lunge on this side. Beautiful, check your alignment, nicely done. Left knee on top of that left ankle, right knee is behind the right hip. Relax your shoulder blades down. Big breath in. Full breath out. 1 more inhale here. And then we exhale to frame that front foot. Lift your back knee, taking it back to downward facing dog. Big inhale here. Full exhale. Inhale to send those hips a little bit higher. And then we can walk our feet towards our hands. Forward fold at the top of the mat once you get there. Hands come to shins, bringing it up halfway. Exhale to fold down. Inhaling brings us all the way up to standing. Palms pressing together, overhead gaze up. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Good. So feet again are hip distance apart here. We're going to bring both hands up overhead on an inhale. And then right fingers around left wrist. So just like this, right? And as we draw up and away from our hips here, we get nice and long through that torso. So inhale to expand up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, use your right hand to draw your left wrist over for that right side bend here. Big breath in. Full breath out. Furthest point, here we go. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale back to center. We're going to switch our grip. So left fingers around right wrist here. As we inhale, we get super tall, reach those fingertips up. And then we exhale over to the left. Full breath in. Full breath out. 1 more round, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, release the grip, palms press, gaze up. Exhale to fold forward over those thighs. Hands come to shins, come on up halfway. As we exhale, plant those hands firmly, step it back to downward facing dog. Let's find 3 big breaths, everybody. Inhale. And exhale. Round 2, big breath in. And out. One more time. Full exhale. Inhale that right leg towards the ceiling, square off those hips. Exhale to step it forward. We're gonna drop that back knee down again, coming into our low leg lunge again on this side. We have been here before. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Legs are super strong here. Take another inhale. As we exhale, our left hand is gonna come down, right fingers towards the sky, open the torso up to the right. If you need to be on your fingertips on this left side, that's totally okay. Find a big inhale and a full exhale. One more breath in. As we exhale, that right hand comes down, so we're framing the right foot, and then we're gonna send our hips back to straighten that right knee, coming into our half split. If you wanna bring your toes up in the front, you totally can, or keep a flat foot. Try to stack your hips over this back knee here. And then you can be on fingertips or flat palms, whatever is accessible for you. Find a big inhale and a full exhale. Take another breath in. As we exhale, we'll bring it forward again, so we're bending our right knee. Plant those hands firmly, lift the back knee off the ground, and step back to downward facing dog. Full inhale here. Full exhale. Inhaling that left leg towards the ceiling, square hips. Exhale to step it forward. Drop that back knee down, low leg lunge on this side. Again, we've been here before. Check your alignment. Big breath in. Full breath out. Take another inhale. And as we exhale, that right hand comes down, left fingers to the sky. If you'd like to be on your fingertips on that right hand, that's great. Flat palm is also great. Big breath in. Full breath out. One more inhale. As we exhale, we're framing that left foot, and then we're going to send those hips back to straighten that left knee, coming into our half split on this side. So check it out. You can have a flat foot here, or you can draw those toes up, whatever feels better. Fingertips or flat palms. Big inhale. And exhale. One more time, find a breath in. As we exhale, we make our way forward again, bend that left knee. Plant those hands firmly, lift your back knee, and then step back to downward facing dog. Take a big inhale and a full exhale. Then we'll send those hips a little bit higher. You can take your baby steps or one giant step to the top of the mat. Forward fold once you get there. Hands come to shins. Inhale to bring it up halfway. Exhale to fold all the way down. Inhale to come all the way up to standing. Palms pressed together overhead, knees up at your thumbs. Exhale to draw hands to heart center, mountain pose, Tadasana. Let's bring those feet all the way together, everybody. Big toes touch. Let's find our first chair pose of today, sitting it back and down. So make sure that you can see your toes when you sit. Bring those thighs together. Hips are square and as low as you can find them. And then biceps frame your ears. Big breath in. Full breath out. 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. And then as we inhale, this time we're going to stand all the way up. Press your palms together, gaze up. And then as we exhale, fold forward over those legs. Hands come to shins, come on up halfway. And then as we exhale, plant those hands firmly, take it back to downward facing dog. Full breath in here. Full breath out. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. 1 more breath, everybody, inhale it. And exhale. We'll inhale that right leg towards the ceiling, square off those hips. Exhaling to step it forward. Let's keep that back knee lifted this time, everybody. Coming into our first full-size crescent lunge on this right side. Beautiful, so that right knee stacks on top of that right ankle. Right toes point forward, shoulders are over hips. Let's get into it, sink low here. Beautiful. You can have your hands apart or press palms together overhead, your choice. Take a breath in. And a breath out. One more inhale. As we exhale, that left hand is gonna come down, right fingers to the sky, find your twist. Left fingertips are great here or flat palm. Full breath in. And a breath out. Take another inhale. As we exhale, frame that front foot, send those hips back to straighten that right knee, coming into a deeper hamstring stretch on this right side here. Fingertips are flat palms. Try to find square hips as much as you can here. And we'll take one more breath. Inhale. As we exhale, we'll bend into that right knee. We'll plant those hands firmly and then we'll step it back to downward facing dog. Take a big breath in and a full breath out. Inhaling our left leg towards the ceiling, square off those hips. Exhaling to step it forward here. Back knee stays lifted. Crescent lunge on this side. Good. Left knee is stacked on top of that left ankle. Pressing firmly through the ball of our back foot here. Shoulders over hips. Let's sink low into those legs. Strong and steady. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more time. Inhale. As we exhale, that right hand comes down, left fingers towards the sky, taking that rotation to the left. Fingertips are flat palm on that right hand. Big breath in. Full breath out. Take another inhale. As we exhale, we frame our front foot. Send those hips back to straighten that left knee here. Coming into our left leg hamstring stretch. Fingertips are flat palms. Full breath in. Full breath out. Find another inhale. As we exhale, bend into that left knee. Plant those hands firmly. Step back to downward facing dog. Let's find a big breath in. And a full breath out. Inhale those hips a little bit higher. Take your baby steps, one giant step, or you can hop to the top of the mat. Forward fold once you get there. Hands come to shins. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale to come all the way up to standing. Palms pressed together, overhead gaze up with those thumbs. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Bring those feet together again, everybody. Big toes touch. Chair pose, round two. Hips come back and down. See if we can sit a little bit lower this time. Biceps frame those ears. Full breath in. Full breath out. Sink those hips lower. Inhale. And exhale. And then we inhale to stand all the way up. Press your palms together. Gaze up. We exhale to fold forward over those legs. Woo. Hands come to shins, bringing it up halfway. And then as we exhale, plant those hands firmly. Take it back to downward facing dog. 3 big breaths. We're going to inhale ourselves to a high plank here, everybody. And then we're going to come down onto those forearms for forearm plank. Good. We're going to turn this into a side plank. So you're going to take your right fingertips towards your left elbow to rotate that forearm, and then rotate those hips to the right here, left hand to left hip. Good. Feet stacked or staggered to start. We're going to switch it up a little bit. Press that left hip up as high as you can. Take a big breath in. Full breath out. And then bring that bottom knee down. So everybody looks like this. You can stay here, or you can lift that top leg up. Option. Next option, left arm comes up. Good, lots of modifications we can make here. Take your variation of this. One more option. is to bend that left knee and grab the left foot. Plenty of places to go here. We got 2 breaths. One more breath. We're going to carefully unwind this. So that leg is lifted, arm is up. Bring your hand back to your hip, drop your left foot down. And then we can rotate back to center here, bringing up both knees. Good, so we're back in our forearm plank again. And then we'll take it to the other side. So your left fingertips are gonna come over to your right elbow. And then you'll rotate your hips, right hand to right hip here. Stack your feet to start. Press your right hip up towards the sky. And then we're gonna drop that bottom knee down here. Option to stay, option to lift the top leg, option to bring the arm up. Inhale. And exhale. Option to stay here or to bend the right knee, grab the right foot. Big breath in. Full breath out. Take another inhale. And we'll unwind it. Bring your right hand back to your right hip. Drop that right foot down. Rotate back to center, forearm plank, both knees are up. We stay here for 1 big breath. Inhale. And exhale. Both knees are gonna come down. We're gonna shift our torso back to a child's pose. Beautiful. 5 big breaths, everybody. Nicely done. Take your knees as wide as you'd like to. That's 3 breaths. We've got 2 more. One more breath, everybody. Then we'll carefully bring that torso back up. You can come through a tabletop here to adjust yourself. Shoulders over wrists. Those knees will set about 5 inches behind those hips, just like we did earlier. Tuck your toes under. Take an inhale. Exhale, hips to sky, downward facing dog. Breath in, everybody. Breath out. We're going to inhale the right leg towards the ceiling, square off your hips. Exhale to step it forward. Pop up onto those fingertips here. We're going to pivot our back left foot down. So our legs are now in a warrior 2 position here. And then we're going to open our torso up from here to a full warrior 2. Beautiful, look at that, good. So make sure those right toes point forward. Press firmly to that back outer foot here. Shoulders over hips. Square hips as much as you can. And then let's try to sink into this right thigh a little bit more. Yes. Arms are strong and straight. Full breath in. Full breath out. Flip that right palm. Reach that right hand behind you. Rotating this warrior. Stay strong in those legs. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale to come back to center. Exhaling right forearm to right thigh, left fingers to the sky. Beautiful. So press forearm into thigh, thigh into forearm. Stay low in those legs. And then we're going to bring some options in with this top arm. So you can keep your left fingers up towards the ceiling. You can hover your left bicep above your left ear if you'd like. You can also tuck that left hand behind you, finding a half bind. If that's where you go, try to open your chest up here. Maybe even gaze up. 2 breaths. Strong and steady, 1 more breath. Good, we're going to inhale that left arm back up again if you've moved it. As we exhale, come back to our warrior 2 here, torso up. And then we'll straighten that right knee, point all 10 toes towards the left side of the mat here, coming into our wide-legged forward fold, round 1. So toes are in slightly, heels out slightly. We'll do hands on hips to start this one. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, chest up. Exhale to come halfway down, check your alignment. Hip, knee, and ankle all in a straight line here. And then once you've steadied those legs, you can bring your hands down to the mat if you want. If you'd like to bring your forearms down, you're welcome to that. If you'd like to grab your toes or your ankles, you are welcome to go there. We'll take 3 breaths. And then we'll place those hands under that face again. Inhale to come up halfway, find a flat back. Joints are stacked. As we exhale, we're going to pivot to that right foot here. Frame your right foot, square off those hips. And then when you're ready, step it back to downward facing dog. Let's find a big inhale and a big exhale. Inhaling that left leg towards the ceiling, square off your hips. As we exhale, step it forward, pop up onto those fingertips here to give yourself a little space. We're going to pivot the right foot down, so our legs now are in warrior 2 position. And then when you're ready, torso opens up to full warrior 2. Left toes point forward. Press firmly through the outer edge of that right foot. Shoulders over hips. Arms are straight and strong. Big inhale. Full exhale. Flip that left palm, reach your left hand back. Radiate this warrior. Inhale. Let's exhale back to warrior 2 here. Sink into those thighs, everybody, when you're ready. Left forearm to left thigh, right fingertips to the sky. Press forearm to the thigh, thigh into forearm. Stay strong in those legs. And then again, you can keep your right fingers up. You can hover your right arm above your right ear, or you can take your right hand behind your lower back. Big breath in. Full breath out. Inhale. And exhale. And then we'll inhale that right arm back up if it's moved. Exhale back to warrior 2, bring their torso up. And then we'll straighten that left knee here, bringing all 10 toes towards the right side of the mat. I'm just gonna turn around so I can see you guys. Good, so again, toes in, heels out. And then we're gonna take a couple of options here for the hand position. So just like we did before, you can have hands on hips and do the same fold. If you would like to interlace your hands behind your lower back, you can head for that. Okay, if you choose to go there, press your thumbs into your sacrum. And then everybody, shoulders back, chest up, inhale. Everybody comes down halfway on the exhale. You want to align your hip, knee, and ankle. Press firmly through the outer edges of your feet. And then if your hands are on your hips, you can bring your hands or your forearms down. If your hands are interlaced behind your lower back, as you fold, you can peel your thumbs away from your lower back. 3 breaths, everybody. If your hands are interlaced behind your back, you can unhook them. And then everybody's hands under the face. Inhale to lift up halfway, find a flat back right here. As we exhale, we're gonna pivot around that left foot. Frame your left foot, square off your hips. And then when you're ready, we'll take it back to downward facing dog. We'll take 3 breaths, everybody. Pedal it out, shake it out, see how it feels. And then we'll send those hips a little higher. Walk, step, or jump feet to hands. Hands come to shins. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale to come all the way up to standing. Palms pressed together overhead, gaze up at your thumbs. Exhale, draw hands to heart center. Mountain pose, Tadasana. All right, we're gonna do 1 round of balancing stuff here. So we have a lot of options. You can do tree pose if you would like to. Kickstand, calf, or inner thigh. If you would like a different balance variation, you'll go with this one, okay? Totally up to you. So if you're not doing tree pose, bring your right knee up, hip, knee, and ankle all at 90. And then we're gonna cross that right ankle on top of that left thigh, finding a figure 4 with those legs. I can't look at the computer and balance. Good. So this right foot is super flexed here. Press ankle into thigh, thigh into ankle. And then from here, we come into chair pose. Hips come back and down. I start with hands on hips. You can keep hands on hips here or find chair pose with those arms so that your biceps frame your ears. We'll take 3 breaths here or in tree pose, wherever you are. One more breath, everybody. And then from wherever you are, inhale to stand up, reach up. And then exhale, both feet are on the ground. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Beautiful. If you go tree pose on the other side, kickstand, calf, or inner thigh, right? And then whatever your tree looks like is perfect. Set yourselves up. If you're going for this figure 4 pose, your left knee will come up, hip, knee, and ankle all at 90. And then when you're ready, crossing left ankle on top of right thigh, press ankle into thigh, thigh into ankle. Make a good connection there. Hands on hips to start. Chair pose hips when you're ready. Keep pressing ankle into thigh, thigh into ankle. And then hands can stay on hips, or you can find chair pose with those arms. 3 breaths. And then everybody inhale to bring it all the way up, stand tall. Exhale, both hands come down. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Beautiful. Making our way back to the top of our mat. If you've deviated here, inhale to reach up. Exhale to forward fold. Hands come to shins, inhaling it halfway up. And then as we exhale, plant those hands, take it back to downward facing dog. Let's find 3 big breaths, everybody. One more breath. We're going to inhale forward to a high plank. So we're going to do the same plank routine that we did a few moments ago here. If your wrists are super tender, come down to your forearms, and then everything else is going to be the same. If you want to stay on your hands, stay right on your hands here. And then either on hand or forearm, we're going to rotate over to the right side. This is the same plank we did before, right? So you're either on your hand or your forearm. Good, press your left hip up towards the sky. Good, and then everybody bring that bottom knee down. You can stay here, you can have hand on hip or hand up high. You can also lift your top leg. You can also grab the foot. Right, so we did this before. Woo! Focus. Hand or forearm, my friends. Big breath in. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. We'll unwind it. Bring your left hand back to your left hip, drop that top foot down, and then come back to center. So it's either a high plank with those knees up, or drop to your forearms and bring those knees up, right? And then up to you, we're going to take it to the left side. You can be on the left hand or on the left forearm like we did earlier. Everybody's hips pivot to the left. Bring your right hand onto that right hip. Press those hips up towards the sky. And then bring that bottom knee down. You can stay here. You can bring that top hand up. You can bring your top leg up. Lots of choices. Keep breathing. And then you can grab that top foot if you want to. 2 more breaths. Carefully unwinding. Bringing that top hand back to hip. Foot comes down. Rotating back to center. You're either on both forearms or both hands. Everybody's knees up. Take a full breath in. If you're on your forearms, try to come back to high plank. Everybody to downward facing dog. 3 breaths here, my friends. One more breath. And then send those hips a little higher. Walk, step, or jump, feet to hands. And then we'll bring those hips all the way down, extending those legs out front. We have arrived in our seats. Yay! Woo! All right, toes up towards the sky. Sit bones are on the ground firmly. Torso's nice and tall. Inhale those arms up. Exhale to fold forward. 3 big breaths here. We're going to bring the torso back up here. We're going to draw the bottom of the left foot into the inner right thigh. So that knee is out to the side. Make sure that your torso is straight towards your long leg this way, because we're going to switch up, right? So stay here for this one. Inhale, reach up, torso is going to take it over that long right leg. Exhale. And then we'll walk our way back up again. We're going to open ourselves up so that that right leg now is out to our side. Bottom of the left foot is still on the inner thigh on that right side. Now we're going to take our right hand on our right hip. Inhale our left arm up. And then exhale, take your left fingers towards your right toes, even if they're nowhere near that right foot, right? Try to keep your chest open if you can. And then you can stay here. You can take your right hand onto your right foot if you want to. Or your right forearm can come to the floor. Lots of options, my friends. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath in. And out. We're going to carefully bring our torsos back up to center. And then we'll rotate ourselves back to start here. Both legs out front. Shake it out. Good. And then draw the right foot, bottom of the right foot to the inner left thigh. Our left leg is super long forward. Torso is straight in front of that left leg. So we'll inhale those arms up. Exhale straight over that long left leg. 3 breaths. And then we'll bring that torso back up. We'll start to open up to the right here. I'm going to turn this way, everybody, so you can see me better. Right, so this time, your left leg is out long. Toes up towards the sky. The bottom of the right foot is still on the inner left thigh. Good. And then your left hand on your left hip. Right arm up, inhale. Exhale over that long left leg. Try to keep your chest open. You can stay here. You can bring your left hand to your left foot. You can bring down your left forearm. Big breaths in. One more breath. And then we'll come all the way back up again. Extend those legs out front. Shake those legs out. And then when you're ready, we'll draw knees into chest and come all the way onto the back here. You can rock side to side gently. Then we'll place those feet flat on the floor, knees are bent. Allow your arms to take up as much space as you'd like to. Take a full breath all the way in. Exhale, let your knees fall to the right. Gentle twist here. Starting to settle those heart rates back down again. Inhale your knees back to center. And then whenever you are ready, you can exhale knees to the left. Gentle twist on this side. And then we'll inhale our knees back to center. Draw your knees into your chest. Reach between those feet to grab your toes. Finding a happy baby here. Let's take 5 happy baby breaths. Rock side to side if you want. You can straighten one knee and then the other. And then you can unhook the feet, draw your knees into your chest here, give yourself a big hug. And then if there's any other moves or postures you'd like to take before finishing out practice today, you certainly can. You can extend your legs up. You can draw the bottoms of your feet together, take your knees out wide. You can make your way over to the wall and take legs up the wall if you'd like. Lots of options here. We have plenty of time to finish out our practice. Whatever you choose to do, make sure that you continue with those full rounds of breath in and full rounds of breath out. We'll take 5 more breaths here. So if you've decided to take a twist to one side, make sure you take it to the other side as well. And then as we begin to settle towards our final resting posture for today's practice, you are welcome to keep your legs up the wall. If that's comfortable for you, you can stay there for Shavasana. If you're ready for standard corpse pose, legs will go long on those mats. Feet out to the width of the mat, and allow those arms to take up as much space as you'd like to. If lying flat on your back is not super comfortable, please feel free to bend those knees or place a blanket under your knees. That can bring a little bit extra support to your lower back. And then once we've settled, draw a big breath all the way in. Exhale into the support of the earth beneath you, enjoying full Shavasana. Let's take a full breath all the way in. And a big breath all the way out. Gently beginning to wiggle fingers and toes. Rolling the wrists and the ankles. Gently rocking your head side to side. When you feel ready, you can extend your arms all the way overhead, getting as long as you can from your fingertips to your toes. Take a big breath in. And then exhale to draw your knees in towards your chest, wrap your forearms around your shins. Give yourself a big hug. When you feel ready, gently making your way over to your favorite side in a fetal position. And then we'll take a moment in this posture, as we always do, to call to mind who in our lives we are grateful for. With a heart full of gratitude, use both hands to bring you up to a comfortable seat. Palms pressed together at heart center once you arrive. Eyes open or closed here, your choice. We'll finish out our practice today with one more full round of breath. Let's take an inhale. And an exhale. The light inside of me loves and honors the light inside each of you. Namaste.
Thanks, Courtney.
Thank you so much, everybody. Great job. Yay.
Thank you, Courtney.
Everybody, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Courtney.
Thank you so much.
So much, Courtney.
Thank you so much, Hayden.
Thank you, Courtney.
Thanks, everybody.
Lots of guitar, everybody.
Good job. Have a great weekend. I'll see you guys soon. That was so good.
Thank you.
Yay, Friday yoga.
See you next week.
Okay, great.